said it gets better with time, but whoever said that was lying. Again and again I done cried. Feel like I never be fine. Yeah, I miss you, dog. Miss you, dog. Yeah, I miss you, dog. Miss you, dog. Miss you, dog. So I keep my head to the sky, look up to heaven to find.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Brutally Honest Podcast. I'm your host, John Corrales Weinheimer. Like we do before every episode, we chuck some water, because it's good for you, baby girl. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever thought about your life being a reality TV show? I've been thinking about it. And honestly, my life will be the type of show where the producers are constantly looking at each other. Like, we didn't see that again. We didn't see that coming. No, not again. It would be like that. I can imagine it now. Like, imagine the narrator voice. Previously on John's life, he tried to get his life together and accidentally made things worse. That's the way I think. That's the way my life is. If my life was a reality TV show, I'm pretty sure the title will be something like He Had Potential. Or maybe Financial Decisions Were Made. Because let's be honest, everybody has moments in life when you look back and think, yeah, that was probably not my best decision. Reality TV shows also have drama intros too. You know how they start. Tonight, friendships will be tested. Emotions will run high. And someone will make a terrible decision. That pretty much sums up my life sometimes. And probably yours too in some certain way. We can all relate to this. We can all relate. But that goes to show that life isn't easy. Life is hard. Life is full. And it's made up of a bunch of questions that we have to answer in a proper way. And I'm going to say something Kanye said in an interview one time that I would like to repeat because it hits at home with me. He said, quote, what part of time in your life was the hardest, when you had the most anxiety, when you were the most nervous? What days were that back in your day? Test day, right? Everybody could go back in the day when you're in high school. You had test day on Friday. Moments leading up to that day, you're the most nervous. You have the most anxiety. And that's exactly how life is as an adult. You're being tested every day to make the right decision to make your life lead to a happier and safer ending place. You know how reality TV shows always recap the last episode? Let's do that real quick. Previously on my life, I told myself I was going to get financially responsible. That lasted about 17 minutes, y'all. Then life hit me with a bill I wasn't expecting. Why does that always happen to us? Why? You ever notice bills never show up when you're doing great financially? They show up right when you're trying to get back on your feet. It's like life is sitting there saying, oh, you thought things were getting better? Let's relax a little bit. You know what reality TV shows have that real life doesn't? The confessional room. That little room where someone sits down and finally tells the truth. So let's do a brutally honest confessional moment right now. Here's the truth. Most people walking around acting like they have everything figured out don't. They're just better at pretending. Everybody's dealing with something. Money, stress, relationship stress, trying to figure out where life is going. Some people are just quicker and quieter about it. Here's another thing that would definitely happen in my life if it was a reality TV show. The camera would catch all the little moments nobody talks about. Like checking your bank account before buying something small. You ever do that? You're about to buy something that costs like $8 and you still check your bank account like, let me make sure we're still good. Or when your car makes a weird noise and you pretend you didn't hear it. You put that volume up a little bit higher. You start jamming out. That sounds like a tomorrow problem. That's things that I say. That's not a today problem. That's a tomorrow problem. But here's where I want to get real for a minute. Reality shows are interesting because they show the good moments, but they also show the struggles. And real life has those too. There are times in life where you feel like you're behind, like everybody else has things figured out, and you're still trying to get your foot in the right direction. And that feeling can be heavy. But the truth is, a lot of people are in the same stage of life, trying to build something, trying to improve, trying to figure out the next move. I think a lot of people go through what I can call the struggle era. That stage where you're not where you want to be yet, but you're not giving up otherwise. You're working, you're learning, you're making mistakes, but you're still pushing forward. And honestly, that part of the story doesn't get talked about enough because people only show the highlight reel. Nobody posts the struggle chapter, but the struggle chapter is what builds you. If my life was a real reality TV show, though, there would definitely be some ridiculous episode titles, like Episode 4, Motivation Monday, but that lasted till Tuesday. Or Episode 7, why did I send that text? Episode 10, my bank account said relax, buddy. And the season finale would probably be called, okay, time to get serious. Because everybody eventually hits that moment in life when they realize something has to change. So if you're listening to this and you feel like you're in that stage right now where life feels a little bit heavy, money is not piling up the way you want to, just know you're not the only one. A lot of people are figuring things out day by day. Nobody has a perfect path. Everybody has chapters they're still working through. Don't give up. Everybody's path is different to happiness. Everybody has chapters they're still working through. Repeat. Everyone has chapters that we're still working through. And I say this time and time again. Little wins are big wins. Say it again. Little wins are big wins. Get that in your head. Embedded this in your head. Little wins are big wins. Don't give up. Keep climbing. Keep getting better. Keep being motivational. Because I try to be this way because when I look back at my younger self, my father was a great motivational speaker. He still is. He still gives motivational speeches in jails, conferences, a bunch of places. I had that when I was younger. But I felt like it was mostly only when I was doing something wrong. That's the only time I got motivational speeches from him. But now I look back into my younger self, I wish I had more motivation around me. See, they didn't have podcasts back in 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, when I was back in high school. They didn't have podcasts. So we didn't really get that much motivational information as a teenager in high school. And I think that's a lot what people need these days. Listen to great minds. Listen to positive people. Because when your mind is when your mind is at a positive level, and you have positive faith and things can get better when you're down and out, that is particularly what helps you and will keep you going. The positive motivation. And that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I wish I had this when I was younger. But let's end it like this. I want to hear from you. If your life was a reality TV show, what would this week's episode be called for you? Drop it in the comments. Send it to my DM, because I guarantee some of them are going to be hilarious. And who knows, we might read some of them on the next episode. Until next time, this is John Krause Weinheimer, and this is the Brutally Honest Podcast. Stay real, stay wrong, stay humble, but a little bit arrogant.
They said it gets better with
And I'll
time.
see you in the next episode.
Whoever said that was lying. Again
Bye,
and again,
Felicia.
I done
I'm
cried.
back.
Feel like I never be fine. Yeah, I miss you, dog. Miss you, dog. Miss you, dog. Yeah, I miss you, dog. Miss you, dog.